Welcome back, fight fans. Let's just dig right into it. This is another edition of the IBFP's Boxing News, where we just dig into boxing news from all around the globe. And we'll start here with Callum Smith stating he jumped at the opportunity to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez. And, Canelo Alvarez owns the WBA regular title at 168 pounds. Callum Smith is a World Boxing Super Series winner. Callum Smith is at the top of his game. There's been reports that Callum Smith would love to host Canelo Alvarez in the UK. Canelo Alvarez actually mentioned Callum Smith by name and stating that it would be a wonderful opportunity for him to fight in the UK. And I think that would be a tremendous fight between Canelo and Callum Smith. Callum Smith will have the height and the reach advantage over Canelo Alvarez. Callum Smith is a top-level, elite-level talent and at a higher weight class. So these are the type of fight that cement Canelo Alvarez's legacy. Right now, I believe there's no one better in boxing than Canelo Alvarez. He's on my pound-for-pound number one. And so fighting a Callum Smith and winning at a full belt at 168 pound would just further separate him from the class of everyone else out today. There's no doubt about it. Canelo Alvarez, Callum Smith would be an elite level, top level chess match fight. I think it'd be a great fight for boxing and the sport of boxing and world boxing. This is why Canelo Alvarez would go from a North American superstar and icon to a global icon. This is what builds brand. This is what makes you, a top level talent and be remembered for generations. These are the type of fights that does this. And I favor Canelo Alvarez in that fight. I understand what you're saying, that, Callum Smith has a height advantage, a reach advantage, but Callum Smith has never been in there with the type of talent such as a Canelo Alvarez, the type of talent that can adjust to everything you're doing. Canelo Alvarez is fast, defensively responsible, and he's very, very strong. If you look at Canelo Alvarez's thundering body shots, the fact that he was able to back up Danny Jacobs, who's basically, at least at 175, the type of weight that he put on when he came into the ring against Canelo Alvarez, I just feel like Canelo would blow through, a Callum Smith at that point. I think it would be a chess match early, but I think Canelo could possibly stop him late. I think it would be a fantastic fight, but right now I don't think there's anybody I can favor over Canelo. But let's keep it going. Deontay states that he basically stating that Anthony Joshua wants to fight because the pressure is on him. Now, if you look at it honestly and unbiasedly, the pressure is on Deontay Wilder, actually, because Anthony Joshua is already making record payday. Anthony Joshua already has a $100 million deal with Matchroom Boxing. Anthony Joshua is already making $30 million a fight. Anthony Joshua is already an elite level, proven superstar at the highest level, a unified world champion. He's already accomplished more at this point in his career than Deontay Wilder ever has at this point in his career. And Deontay Wilder's been pro for 11 years, so it's not even comparable. Anthony Joshua has no pressure on him. He's considered the best fighter in heavyweight boxing today, and not just by me, by the world. The belts prove it, the resume proves it. He's fought more champions and top 10 rated opponents than Deontay Wilder. So Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight in the game right now, hands down. You may feel like Fury or Wilder can beat him. That can be your opinion, but you can't argue with facts, which is he's the world, unified world champion at heavyweight. So we have to debunk that, and we'll just keep it moving. Keith one-time Thurman states that, he's not going to go for a third fight in 2019 after the Pacquiao fight. So should he be successful or lose, he's just going to look to relax after the Pacquiao fight. So, coming off of a multi-year layoff, why are you looking to relax at this point, Keith? It doesn't make any sense. You want to get your tools sharp. You want to stay on top of your game. Fighting 2 times a year after that type of a layoff is not good for Keith Thurman. At the end of the day, I see why so many people are looking for Manny Pacquiao to win this fight, because Manny Pacquiao looks more eager to prove something at 40 years old than Keith Thurman is in his prime. So, that just goes to show Keith Thurman doesn't even look like he wants to face Crawford or Spence in 2020, if you want to ask my honest opinion on it. But let's keep it moving. Manny Pacquiao says that Floyd Mayweather is scared to fight him again. Now, I don't think that Floyd Mayweather is necessarily scared to fight Pacquiao again, but I think that Floyd Mayweather Jr. knows that's a risky fight. Floyd Mayweather, depended a lot on his athleticism to go along with his natural abilities and skills. And so now that he's slowed down, that'll make that a much closer fight with Pacquiao. And at the end of the day, I don't think Floyd is scared, but I think that Floyd knows that he could take an enormous risk against Pacquiao at this point. Pacquiao's been the most active fighter. Pacquiao's have actually been fighting real boxers, real competition, while Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been playing around with, kickboxers and MMA fighters and taking all this time off. So Floyd would not enter the ring as the same Floyd that we all knew. But, it's a risk for Floyd if he were to ever come back and face Manny, and I don't think that's a risk that Floyd would take. But let's keep it going. The next one comes here is Dillian White. It basically states that he's not impressed by Deontay Wilder's knockout of Dominic Breazeale, and I have to admit I'm not impressed either, because if you look at it honestly and unbiasedly, why should you be impressed? What did he do that was impressive? Because at the end of the day, he beat a Dominic Breazeale that was already knocked out. He beat a Dominic Breazeale that was not ranked in the top 10 in the heavyweight division. He beat a Dominic Breazeale that many thought that had a puncher's chance, but at the end of the day, Dominic Breazeale has never been a defensively responsible fighter, and he was tailor-made for Deontay Wilder. He came into the fight timid, and he just did not apply his game plan, did not stick out the jab, did not keep Wilder off balance or on the back foot. And those are all the reasons why Dominic Breazeale was not considered to win this fight against, Deontay Wilder. No one thought that Dominic Breazeale would actually go in there and beat Deontay Wilder. People may have given him a puncher's chance, but at the end of the day, not much more than that. Everyone has a puncher's chance because it's boxing. So at the end of the day, there's nothing impressive about Deontay Wilder's win over Dominic Breazeale. It was just another day in the office, and once again, it was just another Uber driver. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.